The crossroads is getting into the playoffs and being in that fire.
Right.
And it's important that they get there this year. It's not so important immediately that they progress through the playoffs, because I just don't think they're capable of right now. But they need the growth of getting there.
A lot of the fast starts is Chicago, the new look Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, a lot of people were high on the Bulls before the season started. I was not sold, but so far they're delivering. They're playing very well.
But why weren't you sold?
I just wasn't sure. Like to me, DeMar DeRozan's past his peak. I like Zach LaVine.
He don't look it. He don't look
right,
it.
No, I mean, but not. He looks great right now. I was unsure the impact of Lonzo Ball, and I don't think Vooch is very good. He doesn't move the needle for me. But collectively, they're doing great.
I think it's Orlando Magic bias with Vooch, because Vooch actually is perfect for this team, and I think the thing with DeMar DeRozan is he just kind of got lost in San Antonio, just by the way Pop coaches, and it's more like a team environment.
I agree with you, but I was also like, he's not young anymore. And so I was kind of like, how much is the way the Spurs play? How much is he's maybe getting a little older, not quite what he was used to?
It looks like it's the Spurs
mostly the
play.
Spurs. You're right. But that's why you asked why I didn't buy in
Right.
early. I just was a little surprised, but pleasant surprise for them. That they're fun to watch too, so that's positive.
I mean, because he's master of the mid range right now. He looking like Kobe in like 05.
05 Kobe.
But and I like Lonzo.
I do.
Because I think that the dust is settled with Lonzo, and we know what we get with Lonzo.
100% agree with that.
And so and Lonzo is shooting at least like Seth Curry.
Seth can shoot it.
Yeah, so he's at least Seth Curry. He's become a dependable spot up 3-point shooter.
He might be cheating Mom Curry.
You think so?
Yeah, he ain't. Seth can really shoot.
Maybe Sydney Curry, but also he's long. He's willing to play defense. He's long.
Yeah.
He's athletic and he's smart.
Yeah, I love him as a passer. I do. I like him. And I think you're right, though. I think the dust is like he's been in the league long enough. He's played enough games. We know what he is, and it's not a superstar, but it's a good NBA player.
Right. He's gonna be he's gonna be a good NBA player for a while.
Yeah.
I think the only jury that's out with the Bulls is, what is Zach LaVine? Is he a superstar? Is he just an all-star that needs another superstar?
I would go more in that category. And I think when you look at when people are hyping up a team like the Bulls, and then you're going to say, well, how far can they get to an Eastern Conference final? Can they get to a final? I look at it and say, I don't see a superstar on that roster.
Right.
And that's probably why I think, when the rubber meets the road in the playoffs, I don't see them getting to the I'll be shocked if they get to the conference final. They could win a series.
Man,
I just don't know that they get to the conference final.
I think that depends on the coaching. Because
big factor, yeah.
Because they have enough talent and they're deep enough that they could do a Pistons in 05, what is it?
They're like the Chauncey Billups.
Chauncey Billups.
Yeah, that group of Pistons. Yeah,
maybe.
I mean, they had Larry Brown as coach, and Billy Donovan ain't Larry Brown.
That's true. But it's if they were more defensive minded, because they had the perimeter play on defense where they could be dominant on defense.
Yeah.
But also, so on the flip coin of Lonzo is LaMelo,
and they've been good.
They've been good, but I think LaMelo, not LaMelo, but the team is fool's gold.
There's some questions. Now, I think LaMelo has a chance to be a superstar. The guy that's been really impressive with them is Miles Bridges so far.
Miles Bridges, he's super athletic.
He's taken a leap, though. I mean, he's doing it every night at a high level. They got Gordon Hayward, who appears healthy, and I think the dust has settled on him post-injury.
Right.
I think he's comfortable with what he can and can't do
and
now.
Gordon Hayward has a fucking phenomenal agent because he keeps getting paid.
Yes, he does.
This guy keeps getting paid. But I like Gordon Hayward.
Yeah.
I like LaMelo. I like Miles Bridges. I like Terry Rozier. I just think they don't have enough on the bench,
Yeah.
and they need a superstar. I think the league is trying to make LaMelo a superstar, and I think that he's going to be slightly better than Lonzo.
Okay. Okay.
It's and
Time will tell, but no, I don't strongly disagree with that.
I like him.
Yeah.
He gets a lot of rope right now
Yeah.
to do the things that he does, and he kind of has like a Patrick Mahomes kind of way of playing, where it's kind of like trick ball.
It's fun. It's entertaining.
Right, it's fun.
You're gonna see a few things that like, oh damn, look at that.
Is it going to win you games in the playoffs when the court gets restricted and people are serious? Probably not, and that's when we're going to see when it boils down.
And what I was gonna say with the Charlotte team, I think it would be enormous for them to make the playoffs and have a chance to compete in that environment. I don't think they're ready to succeed in that environment, but I think it's critical for their growth as a team to at least get to the playoffs this year, and then you're going to see. Like a guy like Melo's got to experience that. Now,
True.
Can I function in playoff series? How do I deal with this? Do my tricks work, or do I need to kind of have a different little way of playing
Right.
when it matters like that?
And I don't know. I think maybe see he'll come to that crossroad.
Yeah.
And how the team handles that crossroad is how he's going to handle it for the rest of his career. Meaning, if they don't say, hey, all right, you got to stop with the bullshit at the playing around in the playoffs, or if they just allow him to just do that, he's going to throw the ball away and he's going to put up good numbers, and they're not going to win games.
Yeah. But I guess my point being, the crossroads is getting into the playoffs and being in that fire.
Right.
And it's important that they get there this year. It's not so important immediately that they progress through the playoffs, because I just don't think they're capable of right now. But
Right.
they need the growth of getting there.
Right. And another, not even, again, like these three, like they're not really surprising to me, but people, because they're kind of new look, this is actually like an older team, but has a bunch of role players, and it's the Golden State Warriors.
I like the Warriors this year.
I
like them.
I love the Warriors.
Yeah. And we still haven't seen Clay yet, and we'll see him before this is over. And James Wiseman hasn't played it. And they're just, again, they're hugely fun to watch.
Very fun to watch.
And then they're winning. They've got a great mentality. I love the Warriors. I'm rooting for them, and I'm not ready to say that they can win the West yet. When we see those other two pieces back playing and see how it's gelling, then maybe we could make that type of discussion. But I'm just happy to see that they're back.
Right. And it's like I don't know if you could say that Steph Curry is underrated, but what he does on the basketball court is super underrated.
Yes.
The attention that he draws, how thin he stretches the floor because people are so focused on his shooting, and rightfully so. He gets these people open. I mean, he stretched the court so thin that he's made Draymond Green a Hall of Famer. I don't think Draymond would really get a lot of playing time longer than 3 years in this league without being on this Warrior team.
I don't think that it's that bad for Draymond, but he was blessed to end up where he was because it absolutely maximized what he is.
Right.
And I think he would just be a random hard playing guy on 90% of the other teams.
Right. He probably get 20 minutes off the bench.
Yeah. But not not do anything. And yeah, like you said, and I wouldn't necessarily hesitate too much to put him in the Hall of Fame because it's this Warriors era.
Oh, he's definitely a Hall of Famer for sure. He's all just off sheer what he's done on the defensive side of the ball. He's won. He's been a part of a winning culture. He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Now here's a not so popular take. If they trade for that guy in Philadelphia,
Bubba's best friend,
Bubba's favorite player. If they trade for Ben Simmons and they get him for cheap, like maybe Otto Porter and the vaccine kid,
okay,
and maybe a couple picks, They're a favorite
They could be
to
yeah,
me.
Yeah.